So if you want to get the body you want to quit those bad habits, you have to become disciplined, right? But we don't want to rely just on discipline for everything. We don't want to be these guys who are like constantly struggling to stay disciplined. The way you have to do it is you have to create what's called effortless discipline. You have to become so disciplined that it's almost just second nature to you. You're not thinking about what should I do? Should I make this decision or that decision, right? You don't want to be in these positions where you're constantly struggling to make the right choice because anytime you do that, it just drains your willpower. And then as you go throughout the day, you're just struggling so much to really continue to do what you need to do, right? It's like that feeling where like you just feel like every point there's like a decision point so many times throughout the day. So what I figured out was like really what you need to do is you need to have a system every day of habits that you need to stay accountable to. And the way I do that personally is I've got one of these. It's just a habit tracker. It's just a habit tracker that I created, and you put a red mark when you fail and you put a green mark when you succeed. Now, another thing I noticed too was like you got to hit that wake up time, bro. If you are not hitting the right wake up time and you're, waking up at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, the day is just already half gone. Like this morning, for example, I woke up at 4:30 because I've been cultivating the new habit of waking up before 5, right? 4:30, and I might actually move it back now to 4 because that time period is so valuable when it's dark out, when there's no people around you to just bother you, and you can really just hone in and focus in on your goals. You can journal. If you believe in some sort of higher intelligence, you can possibly pray and kind of connect with that source. That's what I've been finding to really help me a lot lately. And there's so much I can get done. By the time it's literally 9 o'clock, I have checked off so many of the habits on this list by the time it's 9 o'clock. Okay. And so waking up early is just key. If you want to build the body you want to build, you want to make the money you want to make, you want to quit those bad habits, right? You want to get rid of the drugs, the alcohol, the porn, the social media addiction. You have to start by actually creating positive habits. Like you don't just get rid of these habits just out of the blue, right? You have to set an intention to not do them, but then you have to also replace what was there with good positive habits. And one of those positive habits is waking up early, waking up while it's still dark. Beginning of this year, I was experimenting, right? I was experimenting with my wake up time. I was experimenting with just waking up late. Just waking up late. Like why not? Why not wake up late? And every time I've done it, it just messes up my entire fucking day. It just ruins the whole day. And what I've realized is I'm kind of the person who needs to get up early. Like if you're waking up at 10, 11, it's just like I said, the day is so far gone already. So to cultivate the effortless discipline, the key is number one, you got to get up early. You have to set a time to wake up and you have to stick to it every single day. You can't be waking up at 6 o'clock one day, 7 o'clock the other day, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Because what happens when you do that is the schedule you set for yourself and the habits you set for yourself never gets ingrained enough because you can't form a pattern. In order for you to succeed and make discipline effortless, you have to create the habit. And the habit really comes from doing any given activity, right, at the same time every day. That's why you might notice when you're addicted to these bad habits, you form that habit by doing it at the same time every day. So, for example, maybe on the weekend, every Saturday, you go out to the bars. And so you now form the habit week after week after week to go out and get wasted every Saturday. And then Sunday, you wake up and you feel like shit. Maybe, on Fridays, every Friday you smoke weed, or every certain time of the day is when you watch porn or something like that. That's what happens when you start to form a negative habit, is because you're doing it at the same time every day. And you don't even realize it's happening, but it's happening because you're conditioning yourself to actually do that thing at that time. But we can flip that script and use it for a positive reinforcement of the goals that we want to achieve and the things that we want to do. So for me, I've been lately waking up before 5 every single day. And the thing is I don't give a fuck when I go to bed. I don't care. I don't care if I go to bed at 10. I don't care if I go to bed at 11. If I'm working on something and I go to bed at 11, I still wake up at the same time. Because then the next day I'll be a little bit more tired and maybe I'll get to bed by like 9 or something like that, right? But if I let that go and I wake up at 6, my whole day is now off. My whole day is off. And so one of the major keys I found recently, wake up at the same time every single day and make sure that you're actually getting up early, right? So you can get a head start in front of everybody else. You got that head start. Now, once you've done that, the key is to create one of these. All right, this was the one from the one from April, right? Okay, this one was, you can see there's a lot of red here, right? Up at the top, but that's because I was on vacation. So I was kind of struggling to maintain my habits while on vacation, but down here it starts to get a bit more green. That was April. And you can see my bedtime, I was not hitting my bedtime. My bedtime's over here, right? Sleep. That was not happening. So now what I've done, and it continued on into May, right? You can see it's very choppy. There's a lot of red for the sleep, but you can see the last 4 days. That is when I wake up at 4:30 or I wake up at 4. So I'm already creating a habit. I'm already 4 or 5 days into this, and I'm already feeling so much better, bro. So much better. Like I'm able to actually get so much more done. Even just look at this. So you see right here where it's 4, right? Look at all the green. It's almost no red. There's almost no red because I'm actually able to get up early enough to get the things done I need to get done. And it's forming a new habit. And I'm just feeling so good waking up early in the morning, guys. Like you have to get on this. I'm stressing, like you have to get on it. And on Instagram, I post like my wake up times. I post, because I do like push-ups in the morning just to get like my blood flowing and just to get myself in like a good mental space. I post those on Instagram, and also to keep myself accountable and like prove to everybody, yeah, bro, I'm waking up at this time every day. Like I'm not fucking around. This is my new thing. So yeah, forming effortless discipline really comes from using discipline in the beginning to make those habits, right? So for my bedtime or for my wake up time, it's taking me discipline right now to form that habit. Like for me to form that habit, it sucks, bro. I woke up this morning at 4:30 and I was just like, because I think I went to bed at maybe 10 or 11, and I was just like, dude, you know that feeling when like you go to get up out of bed and you're literally like your soul is like, dude, stay in bed. That's how I felt. That's literally how I felt. But I made myself get up. I went out. I started to do my journaling. And immediately I started to wake up. I started to feel better. But that's what discipline is. I'm using discipline right now to form the habit. But eventually, you get into this. They say 21 days at least to make a habit, right? 3 weeks. Once I hit that point, it will become automatic. My mind, my brain will wake me up at 4:30 or 4 o'clock. After 21 days of doing this, it will become a habit. At that point, I have reached effortless discipline because now it is a habit. Now it's ingrained. My brain has created those pathways to allow me to wake up at that time. And so I don't need to use discipline so much anymore because it's just an automatic thing. Same thing with it when it comes to any other habit. If you want to make a YouTube video, right? Let's say you make a YouTube video at 9 o'clock every day. That will become a habit, and automatically your brain will associate 9 o'clock with making a YouTube video. And so it's not about forcing yourself into it. It's about creating a pattern, creating that habit and that momentum day after day after day so that you can just do these things automatically. And this is one of the biggest things I've been struggling with because I understood the concept of having a routine and having things timed out. But the problem is if you start your day wrong, the rest of the day is pretty much fucked. That's basically what I realized. I know that might sound pessimistic, that might not sound realistic, but bro, I'm telling you, if you start your day wrong, if you're not getting up on time every single day and you're getting up at random points in the day, your whole routine gets messed up. Because when you're supposed to be doing this activity, you're actually doing, an activity that's like 3 steps behind where you should be already. So this is so key, like having this habit tracker to make sure to keep yourself accountable. Change your life, bro. Change your life. And one thing I want to say about that habit tracker, keep that shit on your wall. Keep that shit on your wall and keep it in front of your face. Because if you try to do the thing like I did for a year I had a habit tracker, but I had it on, what was it called? Oh, Notion. I had a habit tracker because I realized this is important to keep track of my habits, but I had it on Notion and it was hidden inside, like in my phone, right on the app. And I would never do it. I'd be like, bro, like, why am I not keeping track of my habits and what I'm supposed to be doing every day? The reason was because I didn't see it. So keep this up on your wall. I keep mine literally right over here on the wall, and I keep it in red and green so that when I mark it with the green marker, your brain kind of associates that with like some reward in a way, right? It kind of gives you a reward to check it off, a little dopamine spike. So keep it up, keep it obvious, and I like to just use these, these little expos just to mark it. Dude, it's freaking hot out here, man. Hold on one second. Oh my God. It's summer. We're about to hit June and it's freaking getting hot, dude. It's getting so hot. So anyways, yeah, effortless discipline is really the key to success. If you want that result, if you want, the body, you want to break the bad habits, you want that mindset, you want that discipline, you create those habits. You got to create the habits. And it all starts with doing a positive activity at a specific time in the day and sticking to that and not being a bitch and going off of it every single day. It's like, bro, you can't say, oh, I'm going to wake up early. You wake up early for 1 or 2 days, then you skip it. Then you do it again for another 3 days, then you skip it again. It's like, dude, you're never going to make progress. You're never going to make progress that way. You have to be ruthless. You have to be fucking ruthless with yourself. And a lot of people go, oh, well, why do you need to wake up that early? Why can't you just go to bed late? Because waking up late is comfortable. It's comfortable. And so if you're going to take the easy road in the road of comfort in that department, that bleeds into every other area of your life. If I just woke up at any time, let's say even I woke up at maybe 10 every single day, right? Let's say I woke up at 10 every single day. Okay, that's cool, but that's not uncomfortable to me. That isn't a challenge. You want to challenge yourself intentionally because we live in such a soft fucking world. We live in a world where it's like we don't have to worry anymore about, swinging swords at each other, right? Like we're not out here in the fucking medieval ages swinging swords or anything like that. We're very comfortable. We have all of these vices and technology that allow us to stay so comfortable that so many of us are in this sort of like place of despair because we're not challenging ourselves. And that's where you get that high. That's where you get that feeling is like challenging yourself. And since I started to wake up early, bro, I'm telling you, I notice a difference in just the way I feel throughout the day. There's a sense of pride. Like I get a sense of pride waking up that early. And it's like, I know like there's so few people who are my age who actually are waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning because they choose to, right? Like I don't have to wake up at 4 in the morning. I don't. I don't have to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I choose to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to better myself. And I'm bettering myself because I'm forcing myself to do something and building a habit to do something that wouldn't be natural, that I wouldn't really enjoy. And that allows me to have a more elite mindset when it comes to my body, when it comes to my fitness, when it comes to making money, when it comes to content creation, when it comes to everything. It just bleeds into everything. So really think about that. Think about creating that effortless discipline through habit and through routine and through doing positive activities at the same time every day. And that's the same goes for the negative habits and the addictions. Look and see for the cue. Try to find the cue. Oh, it's Friday. I noticed it's Friday. I just started having a thought about going and smoking weed or going out to the bar. Why is that? Maybe because I've been doing that for the past, year, and it's now ingrained. And I'm not saying going out is bad. I'm not saying going into the bar is bad. But what I'm saying is, if you want to make progress fast, there's going to be things you have to sacrifice, and you're going to have to sacrifice a lot of the things that make you feel comfortable in life. I'm sacrificing my bedtime. I'm sacrificing, drinking. I'm sacrificing smoking weed. I'm sacrificing, doing all of these negative habits, video games. I'm sacrificing all these things so that I can actually become the best version of myself. And so I can show up as the best version for myself, for you, for watching this video and for the information that I can share and the perspectives that I can give out, because I love making these videos and like sharing what I'm learning on my journey of personal development. It's not just about, fitness or just about making money. It's like, you got to integrate all of these things together. So really think about that. Tomorrow I'm going to be waking up at 4:30 once again. I'm going to be waking up at 4:30 while it's still dark out. I'm going to be going, getting my push-ups, and I'm going to be getting it. So maybe you want to join me on that, right? Maybe you want to join me on that, and you can wake up tomorrow at 4:30 and give it a shot. Just see how you feel, right? Just see how you feel waking up fucking early, way earlier than you would expect or want to, and getting outside or even within your house, just doing some sort of exercise, like some push-ups, some burpees, just anything like that. Just try it and just see how you feel. Because for me, it sets the whole tone for the rest of the day, and I just feel amazing. So I just want to come on today and share that with you, man. I'm going to be getting back to a more regular upload schedule. I've been kind of going through some stuff recently in terms of just trying to figure out sort of more my direction of where I'm heading, where things are going in terms of like the business, where my journey lies with that, and just a bunch of different things. So I haven't been uploading as much, but I will be getting back to it and uploading like on a regular basis. I'm trying to hit for like 3 videos a week right now. So yeah, and if you have any recommendations of content you want to see or anything that you need help with or are struggling with, never feel weird writing that in the comments or just letting me know or hitting me up on Instagram or the school community. So that's basically it, man. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Be safe out there. Peace.